Yeah, Greg Steube, tell us what you want to hear from this briefing today. I know you're not on the Intelligence Committee, but they're getting a classified briefing. Why would it be classified if there's nothing that, that's suspect?
Well, the Intelligence Committee better be getting the truth from these different government entities. And if it is classified, obviously they have a duty and obligation to keep it classified. But the American people, especially people in New Jersey and New York, have the right to know what these things are. You have people that are talking about shooting them down. Obviously, if they're friendly or if they're law enforcement or if there's, you don't want people shooting down drones that are being used for an official purpose. If they're commercial aircraft, obviously the knowledge to the American people is important for people to know what these things are flying around their houses.
Right. Well, maybe we'll get more information in the coming days. I don't know. Meanwhile, President Biden is selling unused parts of the border wall, and President-elect Trump is slamming him for it. Trump called it almost a criminal act. Trump said that the price of the parts has doubled in 6 years, and they're trying to sell it for 5 cents on the dollar. You also weighed in on the Biden administration's wasteful immigration spending, writing this on X. American taxpayers are paying to help Hondurans that we deport to reestablish their lives in Honduras. According to U.S. aid, our payments go toward education, employment, livelihoods, and psychosocial support. Stop the madness. The illegal immigration crisis is bleeding money as it is. Now we must also support deportees in their home countries. Congressman, what is going on here? President Biden is well aware that President Trump is going to come in and he's going to finish building the wall. And what does President Biden do a few weeks before Trump gets in to start doing that? He starts selling all the unused border material at the border?
Yeah, he's going to undercut President Trump's position as much as they possibly can. You have an administration that has done everything that they possibly can to allow as many illegals into our country as they can during their 4 years. We're over like 12 million illegals that have come into our country. They will stop at nothing to invade our country with illegals, and they will stop at nothing to try to undercut everything that President Trump's going to do on day one, knowing that it's only a few weeks away that he takes office.
Unbelievable. Meanwhile, I got to get your take on this debate about the agenda in January. You've got the deadline to fund the government this Friday. The text of the continuing resolution still has not been released. This continuing resolution expected to fund the government until March 14th. Speaker Mike Johnson says he's still aiming to give lawmakers 72 hours to review the final text of the bill before the vote. Politico reporting that negotiations are being held up over agriculture, aid, and other potential add-ons like extending expiring health programs and a bill to restrict U.S. investment in China. It comes as leadership is considering 2 reconciliation packages next year. The bill on the border and energy at the beginning of the year, hopefully passed by April 30th, the end of President Trump's first 100 days, and then a separate bill on taxes at the end of the year. Where are you on this? Because former Speaker Newt Gingrich joined me yesterday, and he told me on this program yesterday that this is so important for your reelection potential, you and all of your colleagues in the midterm elections. Watch this.
They need to have the Senate commitment to pass the tax bill by May 31st, to go to conference in June, and to sign the bill by July 4th. Reagan talked into having his tax cuts arrive late. We lost 26 seats in 1982. President Trump was talked into taking up a bunch of other stuff, didn't get his tax bill until late. They lost 40 seats in 2018. Keeping the House is the biggest single challenge for the Trump administration. So if you work back from keeping the House, you have to have the tax cut bill and the deregulation bill signed into law by the 4th of July, so it's affecting the economy so well and so powerfully that people are really happy in 2026.
So what do you say, Congressman?
Republicans have to unite behind President Trump and his agenda. And just like the speaker said, we have to get that done very early on. I hope to get it done in the first quarter of next year so that we can deliver for the American people. President Trump won on a mandate, and we have to deliver that to the American people.
So what do you want to do, a gigantic omnibus type package early in the year that includes the border and taxes, or is that impossible to get done?
Well, I don't think that we should be, after the mandate we just got, I don't think we should be doing a CR when Republicans take the Senate and the House, and you have President Trump in the White House very soon. So why are we continuing Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer spending levels this week for 3 months into next year? Why don't we just wait until Republicans have the Senate, Republicans have the House, and push a conservative bill, and then work on the things that we have to for next year?
All right, we will be watching all of this. This is going to be important this week and certainly will dictate what's next. Congressman, thank you. Greg Steube this morning.
Anytime.